Greetings, comrades. This is everyone Caleb back with another video regarding controllers. It's not a review or anything. This is just a little something I want to put on my channel for those who recently got a DualShock 4 for use on their PC. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I really like this controller. Between this and the DualSense Edge, or just a regular DualSense, I don't have the DualSense Edge. I actually prefer the ergonomics of this one because of the rounder grips and the nice feel that triggers. It feels really nice for me. I'm surprised how much I've been using this, and even though I even use it for the Switch. If you saw one of my videos, I'm able to use this controller on the Switch using the 8BitDo wireless USB adapter, the second version, and it works like a top. So I really like this controller, and I mainly use it for PC use. That's one of the reasons I got this. We'll see how it works on PC, and it works pretty well. Though when it comes to wireless capabilities, it's a little iffy. Though you do have some options when it comes to getting a DualShock 4 to work on the PC. Well, before I get into that, Steam does have official support for the DualShock 4 controllers. In fact, it's got the PC gamer page open up here. It's had support for quite a while. But basically, you sync this like any other controller on your PC. If your PC has Bluetooth built in, or if you have like a Bluetooth adapter, you just go to your computer settings, go to the Bluetooth options, and pair the controller. Again, to put this controller in parity mode, you hold the PS button and the share button for a few seconds, and this light will start flashing. The light bar will start flashing like that, let you know it's in pairing mode. And once it connects, it'll turn solid, indicating a successful connection. And through there, you can go to Steam and go to the settings and head to the controller settings, and then calibrate the controller, calibrate the joysticks, test the button inputs, make sure they work, and even turn on PlayStation controller support, which not a lot of games support the PS4 controllers. Some don't support the PS5 controller. But it does work, though it does keep in mind if you're planning on using it on PC, before you open up Steam, make sure to pair it and plug it in before you open up Steam or any Steam games, because otherwise you might have a little minor connection issues. But it does work. There's that. Another option you have is there are two different programs. One's more well known than the others. The first one is DS for Windows. Naturally, it adds DualShock 4 support to your PC by spoofing it as an Xbox 360 controller, because as a lot of you know, a huge portion of games on Steam support Xbox controllers. Not so for the PlayStation, but you can fix that with DS for Windows, or if you want to spend like $5 or $8, you can get DSX on Steam, which not only adds support for DualShock 4 controllers, but it's also a great program to use the DualSense controller on Steam, which it does work without it, but as many of you know, there's no haptic feedback or adaptive triggers natively through Steam, save for Sony's official releases on Steam. Other than that, you can't really use those adaptive triggers unless you have DSX. And you can tool it to your liking. But for general purposes of this video, it'll help spoof. Just like DS4 Windows, it'll spoof the DualShock controller as an Xbox 360 controller, and it even actually has native DualShock 4 emulation on it. And I guess you can spoof it for DualSense. I'm not sure why you want to do that, because this doesn't have any of that. Any of those fancy technologies that DualSense has. And another option is to use Bluetooth, as I mentioned earlier. Now, there actually is an official Bluetooth adapter for the PlayStation, and it works pretty well, though I don't really have one. Mainly because my computer has Bluetooth built in, so I just use that. And it works pretty well. But say you want to just use it wired, like since you're PC does like right there. You don't need a 4200 watt wireless cable. You use it wired. Well, you have a few options. You can just get a regular micro USB cable, because this is a micro USB controller. And if you're like me, you're not too fond of these because they're pretty fragile. And if this break, you have no way of charging your controller, and you have no way of plugging it in. So for that, you have a few options. This one I got recently, and it works pretty well. This is a JX micro USB to Type-C adapter. Now, there are tons of brands that make these, because, you know, it's like 30,000 different brands selling this kind of stuff on Amazon. But as the name suggests, you plug this in to the micro USB port back here, and then you just plug in a Type-C cable right there and use it that way. And I tried this, and it does work pretty well, though there is a minor issue, just a minor one. Might as well get my Type-C just as an example. There you go. It plugs in well, and it works well when it's plugged in. Thing is, you'll probably notice it kind of jostles around a little bit. Not so much that it falls off. In fact, it requires a pretty decent amount of force to pull these out. So it'll stay in, but, you know, if you're like me, you might get a little paranoid and thinking maybe all that jostling might eventually break that connection. But that is a option, and it works pretty well. But I found an even better option. These just came in today, and they're really, really useful. I tried them. It works pretty well. This is another charging cable, but you'll notice this has a magnetic end on it. That's because, well, this is actually a 4-pack. I have one connected to my PC right now, but basically, these are magnetic charging cables. You have regular USB Type A on the end there, but you have a magnetic end here, which is connected to that high string. This lets you use pretty much any of these magnetic adapters, or modules if you want to call them. And I got a pack that comes with 3 micro USB adapters, 3 lightning adapters, if for some reason you still have one of those old iPhones that use lightning connection, and of course Type-C adapters. So I primarily got this for use with the PS4 controller, but, you know, if you want to use just one cable connected to your PC, you just get a few of these modules and plug them into whatever controllers you use the most, and plug them that way. In fact, let me show you. At first I saw these, I was worried that these wouldn't fit, but I looked in there and said, oh, they actually fit pretty flush in there, because despite this being a round head, they do sell some shorter, like flatter heads that'll fit a little better, but I plugged this in and it fits just fine. And then just take this cable, plug it in, and what's cool about this is that it has a little swivel joint on here, so it'll actually move around, and it stays pretty well in place. See, I'm holding it, and you gotta tug it a pretty good bit in order for it to fall off. But if you're just doing like a regular gaming session for your computer and you're not moving your controller that much, it's not too bad. And I have played a little bit with this controller. In fact, my G.Darius HD video that I uploaded earlier, I was playing it with this exact cable. In my experience, no input lag whatsoever, no latency issues. Everything works just fine. This is the benefit of having the cable just disconnects, and I still have the adapter here. So if you're planning on using a wire connection for the DualShock 4 for your PC, and like me, you're not too fond of micro USB, this is probably your best option. And the JX Mox adapter show that works too, but like I said, it does work. But the jostling around, moving the cable and stuff, you know, got me a little paranoid, so I got one of these instead, and I'm glad I did. They're not cheap. This pack here is like $24.99. But because of the long 10-foot cable, a 6-foot cable, and 2 of these 3-foot cables. This is pretty short for a 3-footer. I think it's a 1-foot cable. Yeah. Just still long enough for me to on the PC. But yeah, I highly recommend getting one of these. Though they want to check the reviews on Amazon, because you know there are tons of these kind of cables out there. But you want to find a pretty good brand, because some are more reputable than others. And definitely check the ratings and definitely check the reviews to make sure you're getting not getting something that's gonna crap out on you. But my short experience using these, this works pretty well. So if you want to use it wired, you can use a micro USB cable, but again, if you're like me and prefer Type-C, definitely get one of these modules that really help out. Or even better, get one of these magnetic cables, use that. Better just leave this in there, and then just get one of these cables and pop it on, and you're ready to rock and roll. So anyway, just a little video I want to put out there for those who want to use their DualShock 4 on PC as seamlessly as possible. Yeah, it's like I'm like 10 years late to the party, but hey, maybe some of you are just like me and just bought one of these recently for your PC and want to know how to flawlessly connect it and whatnot. Which you can go wireless with this, but since the PC's right there, I prefer to use wired, and especially with wires that are reliable, and we'll see how these fare in the long run. But anyway, this is I'm Caleb signing out. Have a good day.
Suck it up, life's tough, we know that. Someone's got better stuff and can throw cash. Tell them I don't give a fuck, make my own path. I don't need no handouts, I'm my own man. Gotta get it, I'll get it in fast, yeah. Got a girl and she'll get it, she bad, yeah. Man, I only get down with the best, I'ma leave the complaints with the rest.